What we're going to do now is override the site's default behavior with respect to the little node translation tags. These don't always work the way you expect them to when you're using panel pages, so sometimes it's better to overwrite them. And on top of that, it also is a way of introducing you to some more advanced techniques for producing really nice directional navigation buttons on the website. So the very first thing we're going to have to do is disable the appearance of these automatic buttons, and we do this by going to Configuration and slide down to Multilingual Settings, and what we're looking for is the node options, and we're going to hide the content translation links. And it tells you if you choose this option, switching language will only be available from the language switcher block. That's absolutely true, but all the language switcher block does is present you some carefully formed links, and you can manually create those links, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to save the configuration, and if we go back and visit the same page again and wait for it to refresh, it's refreshed, we'll see that the language translation button has disappeared from the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and we're only left with the language translation block in the menu. Now we've hidden the default node language translation links, we're going to create our own manual links, and to do this we're going to create a couple of custom blocks with the necessary links inside. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to Structure, Blocks, we're going to add a block, and in the block description we're going to steal a little bit of code that I've written earlier. We're going to create a custom button to go to the Welsh page. This bit of text is embedded in a HTML comment block, so that's the block description, and then we're going to paste a little bit of HTML code inside the body of the block. So this is the block body, and this code basically makes the link that we want that goes to the Welsh page, makes it a part of a list. This is just a convention on really writing menu items on the web, so we're going to stick to the convention. It does help the theming and styling if we follow conventions like this, and we're going to make sure that we save this as full HTML, otherwise we just get this text up here, which is not what we want. And now we go to the info point theme, or your own theme if it's a different theme, and what we're going to do, we want this block to appear in the main content. Now if we save this block now, what we'll find is that the block will appear. Let's very quickly go and find our block. It's now appeared at the bottom left hand corner of the screen, which isn't quite what we want, and if we click on it, it does indeed take us to the Welsh page. But look what's happened, it's also appears on the Welsh page, and really what we want to do is make sure that this link only appears on the English page. So what we'll do, we'll just make a note of the location of the English page, which is up here in the browser bar. We can see that it is called Welcome HTML, and it's under content, so everything after the IP LAN / but not including the /, we just want to copy that. I've just done Control C to copy that. Now we're going to go back to Structure, Blocks, and we're going to find this block again, and here it is, and we're going to configure it. And what we're going to do, we're going to say please will you only appear only on the listed page, so you can see why I copy and pasted the the block path there. And now if we save the block, when it appears, let's quickly go back to our page again. We can see here it's on the welcome page in English, and if we follow the link to the Welsh page, it's disappeared. So here the Welsh page is node 85. This technique of making it appear on only one page works no matter whether it's a friendly URL as before or just a node number. So we're now going to very quickly create the partner to the button we created before. So we're going to go to blocks, and we're going to add a block, and then we're going to nip down to the little bit of code that I prepared before, custom button to go to the English page, copy that, put that into the description, and now we're going to paste in the text into the body of the block. Let's say text, really I mean HTML of course. So we've got our HTML here. Don't forget, this is really important, full HTML, and we're going to once again put it in the bottom of the main content, and now we only want this to appear on the listed page. And the little test was, I'm sure you remembered, it was node 85, or you could just use the cut and paste technique I showed you before. And now if we save the block, by a little bit of magic and luck and all the rest, we can go between the English and the Welsh pages using our custom buttons, and they don't appear on any other page of the website. So we just check, no, they're not on any other page of the website. Next we'll work out how to do the styling on the button to make the button appear exactly. Now we're going to set the styling on our manual buttons. Fortunately, this is very straightforward. We go to Appearance, we go to Settings. In the theme of our choice, in my case it's the default info points theme. We go down to custom CSS, and now we need some custom CSS to tell those links that we've created to appear in the format we want them to. So fortunately I've already written some custom CSS that basically turns the links into little buttons and makes the whole of the area of the little button clickable, which makes it much more friendly on mobile devices. So we're going to copy, I'm using Control C, and then we're going to go up here into the CSS block, hit paste. We've now got all the code that we need, and we're going to save the configuration, and a little bit of magic will appear and the buttons will take on the form that we'd like them to. So we got our green flag, let's go straight into the welcome page, and here we have in the bottom right hand corner of the screen a button inviting us to go to Welsh, and if we click on that we have a button inviting us to go to the English page. So there you are, we've now created our manual buttons.